Well, listen, we know that if we want to, our hopes and dreams of making the playoffs, if this is what we want, then we'll have to be better. Uh, we know that the game in LA wasn't good enough, and the second half tonight wasn't good enough. And listen, what we end up knowing, it's lots of little things that we can be better at, whether it's set pieces defensively, uh, too many cheap giveaways that lead to transition moments, give up a goal on a throw-in. So yeah, these little things are the little things that cost you games. So I think that it's in our grasp. It's in the bucket of controllables for us, and we know still we're a team that can beat anybody. We came here tonight and in 2 games against KC, we've lost both on maybe an 8 or 9 expected goals. So we had the first half in our hands. We probably could put it away, but regardless, you have to defend better. You have to do lots of things better if we expect to make the playoffs and win, which is our expectation. So, yeah, it hurts for all of us because this is a game that we could win, but we're being honest, it wasn't good enough.
All right, we'll kick things off with Braden Nurse.
Chris, thank you for the time. You mentioned, some of the things that went wrong defensively that led to the SKC goals near the end. Just how much of that is due to, or in part due to trying to integrate what's basically a brand new back line and a new-ish system, and how much of it is maybe a continuation of some of the themes that we've seen in little sprinkles throughout the season, but just kind of came to a head this game?
Yeah, look, there's moments that we don't do well with, but there was way too many of them. But the first part of your question, with Rafa Santos, with Rob Holding, these guys have come into the team late in the game here, and I think each of them on the night showed such quality and good promise for us. But there's fatigue. There's this that is natural. So that's part of it when you then have to make some changes. But oftentimes you can get better when you bring in fresh legs. In each of those moments that we give up goals, Shallowy catches a ball on the sideline, and he essentially dribbles through 3 players. So we just have to take care of that. We give up 2 corner kick goals where we're just not tight enough. So there's little individual moments in plays, and then a lot of chances and pressure that we take come from unforced errors, hold up play, cheap giveaways up the pitch, so you can't relieve the pressure. So this isn't any one guy, it's all of us, and it's lots of little things. Again, the good news is that they're all things that we can control. And when we do it right, you can see in the first half we maybe could put the game away, but it's the guys had a good response after going down. But there's lots of little things we can do better.
We'll go to Spencer Baldwin.
Hey Chris, thank you for the time. 2 questions for me. First, Rafa Santos seemed to injure his shoulder in the first half. How is he doing? And second, it's a contract year for you. Is that something you are contemplating amid this push for the playoffs? Thank you.
Well, Rafa Santos, he fell on his shoulder. I think it was a combination of there was some pain there. I bet some fatigue too in general. He put a lot into the game, and he's explosive. In terms of contract talks, this is the time of year. There's been some discussions. It's not moving as fast as I'd like, to be honest. But I'm hopeful. This is where I want to be. I love the team. I love the fans in the locker room. And with 5 games to go, I would have liked to know where my future is. But the good thing is that it's come up, and we'll see. Hopefully, I can be here for years to come.
We'll go to Keith Richards.
Hi, Coach. Keegan mentioned some of the halftime talk talked about not being passive in the second half, and it seemed like that was going really well to start the second half at least. I'm not sure if it's something that came up in scouting SKC, but they do seem to score a lot of goals past 60 minutes late into the second half. Was it something that maybe caught the team off guard, just how much they were pressing, or is it just a combination of many things?
It'll be easier for me to really speak with the clarity when I see it back. It just seemed like we put a lot into the first half. They grew a bit into the second half. And now all of a sudden we were taking too much pressure. 50-50 balls, second balls. They were gaining some field position. We just couldn't keep it. Too many unforced errors, hold-up play. That led to this little bit transition moments, and we just took too much pressure. And then in that's very natural. On the road, they're trailing, they're pushing a lot at us, and now it's 60th minute, 65th, 60. We bring in some fresh legs, ironically, and we couldn't really get the grasp. And now when you're in that moment, Keith, bang, off a throw-in, off a corner kick, right? So they get one, and now there's momentum, the energy in the building, and now you're trying to stop the momentum and gain it back. But it ends up being lots of little things, but it's not to overthink. I mean, it's if we can't keep the ball, if we can't defend properly, letting them too close to our goal, it's you got to then just be able to put out the fires, which Kansas City was able to punish us in certain moments.
We'll go to Braden.
I want to go back to Rafa Santos. He looked really good. Obviously, he can be, or looks like he can be a really dangerous option for you offensively as a wingback. Just what did you think of him particularly? Had the assist, could have had another assist, maybe a goal, and some of the other new additions playing in this game.
I thought it was positive on the night for him in terms of his understanding of what we were asking. At times releasing into attack and sometimes releasing in pressing moments. I thought he was strong in tackles. I thought he was active and looked confident, and I think he was gets a plus on the night. And then a little injury / fatigue, which we know he's very explosive, hasn't had a ton of minutes under his belt. That would be a change that we might make in the game, bring in Sam Vines. So I thought it gives us some good information on the night with Rafa Santos that we'll build on.
We have time for one or two more questions. We'll go to Sydney Cohn from Rapids Digital.
Chris, like you mentioned, with 5 games in hand on this season and this upcoming weekend, a bit of a break, what is the team's primary focuses, especially with two of those being home games? The primary focus is to reach a playoff push and understand maybe how to gel even more with some of these new additions that we saw get meaningful minutes tonight.
Yeah, look, if I'm not mistaken, we have 5 games left, right? I think 3 are at home. So it's in our grasp, and we're looking forward to it. Right now, the focus is, in some ways, what you said. Get the new players adjusted and really in on things and up to speed, fitness levels, the whole bit. We have Alexis Manyoma now going to join. So can we use these few weeks to get our guys going as tight as we can, as on the same page with all of the players? We're relatively healthy, and then that's a big part of it too. The other part is just now taking a little step back. Guys get some days off, they come back rejuvenated, and we tighten everything up again. How good can we get at being us? How much can we come together? How much can we put in each game now in a big way to have complete performances? So, yeah, it's right back to the drawing board, which is our reference point of who we are, our style of play. Get really sharp and figure out the best way to go out each game. But we're looking forward to getting back home.
Last question, Braden.
Chris, when you look at the production in the first half offensively tonight, which was obviously really good, at this point in the season, what's the balance like for you between being happy that those chances are coming at a high clip and being disappointed that they don't go in, and what can be better on that front?
Look, we're always happy when we're creating chances and scoring goals. We love when we score goals and create chances on the road. But if it comes at a price where we get open, that's not a good thing. Tonight, it's great that we create chances. Again, in the first half, we can maybe put the game away. We missed some close ones there. We missed a penalty. Paxton got in on one. They stop him on the goal line. So again, on the night, if it's something like a 4xG, it's a big production. We got to be happy with that, and try to now that's a continue to do. At the same time, now if it's 3 dead ball situations that we give up goals, we have to look at that too. And again, a lot of controllables that are in our grasp. The things that we did tonight weren't lucky, and the things that we can do better are fixable, and that's the main thing. But we do feel good about our ability to create chances on the night, and we have to continue doing that.